welcome to the Sharkmoney Show. I'm your host, T-Shark, with my co-host,
Bishop!
Happy New Year! Shark Betty showed them all. It's the Sharkmoney Show. Now, without further ado, Happy New Year! As B-Shark just said.
I jumped the gun. I'm so excited.
Hey, listen, we're going to be recording this early, so we got to bring it in the new year right. You know, with my LaForges on, like Star Trek, I think I can control the plane. But that's all some other pictures. Last week, week 16, that's right. You seen the stars, you seen the whole nebula. Because the pitch was at a plethora. And I mean, it was a whole lot of. And then what about them doubles up, those safeties that you had, those teasers, should I say. They all turned out a little bit all right for you there, Sam? There you go. The money's there, and I came to ruin the whole show. But this is week 17, and oh my goodness. So fine and so ugly at the same damn time, but I gotta show up and do it. Here we go on our first picks. It's going crazy. It's looking like it's the L, the A, the C, and play that pimp music when you say their name. It's the laggity-lag coming out the Cadillac. Yeah, Mr. Harbaugh putting down his shiny patent leather shoes, fresh out the limo, stepping on into where? The N.E. Heartbreak Kids. Oh, it's the minus 4.5 is going to the laggity-lag, and the N.E. Heartbreak Kids almost made another heartbreak. They did. They didn't let you cover the 14.5 Buffalo Bills, so the Heartbreak Kids lived up to their name. That sweet chin music ain't gonna ring the same this week, because all hell's gonna be at its peak. Mr. Herbert Sherbert in the back of the ice cream truck is now in front of the ice cream truck. And I'm gonna take the over in passing yards against the Indy Heartbreak Boys, because of minus 4.5 of Mr. Herbert Sherbert, and they need this win. This is playoff time again, my friend. And I'm telling you now, they're gonna need a whole lot of R&B anthems and songs being written by Mr. Drake. Okay, that's him on the back, right? We got the guy from Canada, Mr. Drake, sitting over there taking it for the under for the Indy Heartbreak Kids. I mean, he ain't gonna do nothing right now. It's the lackety-lack that will never lack, and he's the first out the Cadillac, Mr. Harbaugh himself with the diamond glazed shoes. And you can bring in all the bad news. He's going pimping when he's gotta do it the right way, and it ain't easy. Take the LAC all day, every day, all the way. Be who you got.
Well, Jordy, I'd love to fancy myself as Captain Picard, but I'm probably more of a data. I'm probably more of a data guy, and I got all the data for you right here on this game. So first up, man, you're right. The Chargers do need this. They win this game, they go to the postseason. That is it. It's basic. There's one job when you get off the plane in New England, you go in and you beat the Patriots. Now, Drake may or may not want all these points. I'm telling you though, this is a Justin Herbert game, and I'll tell you, I like the Chargers for a fast start. You've been paying attention to the Chargers. First half lines, they are 10-4-1 against the spread in the first half. On the other side of this, the Patriots 5-10 on the first half. So you got one team that's really known for fast starts, and the other really known for slow starts against that number. So I see the Chargers here getting out to a nice fast start, and then you're going to see New England trying to play a little bit of catch-up ball. I'm not sure that that's going to work out. So one thing I'm going to do this week, I'm going to play 8 money line picks. The Chargers is the first one. I got a couple upset specials in there, Jordy, so pay attention to this one. All right, but little side prop bet on this. Lad McConkey. A fine young lad McConkey. I like him to tear it up this week in New England, who is known to play man-to-man defense. They are but they are like 30th in pressure rate at the same time. So you've got Justin Herbert back there. He's going to see plenty of time. And Lad McConkey in top 3 in yards per route run, and also top 3 for separation on those yards. So as far as all the receivers in this league to get separation off of man-to-man coverage, Lad McConkey is top 3. And if they can't put any pressure on Justin Herbert, I see Lad McConkey having a big day. So I'm going to throw in a couple little prop bets there on young Lad McConkey to have a big game in this playoff clinching money line win for the Los Angeles Chargers. Beam it up!
With all of that, Happy New Year. With all these wins are going to happen before the New Year, but we want to still say it's still going to be a happy New Year. But in my next pick, there's a city There's a town and there's a borough in every state you go around. It's the Cincinnati informing Bengals, the CIA informers, sitting at home against the Denver Broncos with the -3 that's going to the, Colts. I'm not Colts, my bad.
Bengals.
The Bengals.
There we go.
That's my mind. The -3 looks like to me it's not going to be that easy. You're going to have someone throwing all up on you, moving on up like George did Weezy. It's going to be happening. Take Burrow for the over in the passing yard because he's been slinging it and bringing it. He has no other choice. And take Mr. Chase for the over in receptions. He's damn sure going to get over 7 receptions in this game because he's going to be easily done. Put him out the frame. Well, Mr. Bo Nix was full of tricks and his mom in the stands singing anthem songs. They're going to need every bit of this defense, but like I told you last week, this defense does not travel. And now they're back on the road again. And do you think they packed their bags? They never unpacked them when they left home. So in that case, with the -3, take the gunslinger, take the one and only, take Mr. Mix with the over. Yeah, he's going to do his thing because this Cincinnati Bengals team can't do a dang thing against the pass. They suck, they butt ass. It's all what it is. So take the Cincinnati Bengals without no further ado with the handcuffs all on you, baby, because Mr. Burrow, the sheriff in your borough, is going to put you up. A -3 at home is right on time. B, who you get?
That Joe Burrow is a bad man, Jordy Shaw. He is a bad man. #1 quarterback in the NFL. And somehow, with as bad as the Bengals have been playing, they are still alive because Joe Burrow will not let this team die. He will not let the city down. He will not let the Bengals die. Joe Burrow knows he might have to throw 7 touchdown passes this week to get this victory, but they are still in the playoff picture. They're still in the playoff picture, and Joe Burrow knows it. You can expect his best. You can expect big numbers. Now, the problem with this, now I'm going to go Bengals money line. I'm sticking with my boy, Joe Burrow. I'm taking the top quarterback in the NFL to figure out a way to inspire his team and lead them to victory at home in a must-win game. That's what #1 quarterbacks in the NFL do. All right, that's what they do. It's been done throughout the history of this league. This is why you have Joe Burrow. This is why you invest in guys like Joe Burrow, all right? And this is why Joe Burrow is also a rare talent, because on the other end, you got a pretty good defense coming in and a pretty good rookie quarterback in Bo Nix. The difference with Bo Nix, when he has a clean pocket, his completion rate is like 70%. When that pocket's collapsed, he's under pressure, it's like in the low 40s. And so the X factor here is, can the Bengals defense somehow, some way, find a way to rally and put pressure on Bo Nix, at least like a couple of plays at some point, and force a couple of bad balls out of him? I don't know. That over-under was looking like 49.5. This one kind of like as good as the Bengals D is. I think Joe Burrow is going to cook.
Yes.
I think this is an over game. This is feeling like an over game to me, but I am sticking with my boy, Joe Burrow, City, Town, and Borough, to get this W against a tough Broncos team. Sean Payton's going to throw everything at him, man. He's going to throw everything at these guys.
It's ugly, and it gets even uglier. But in our next pick, it's getting a little bit prettier. Put the lipstick on the pig in this game right here. Bugger up, you heard me say it? And when I do say it, you know it's going to be an onslaught or a slaughter. It's the Colts, and they're just sitting there like, well, where should we gallop to next? We don't want to follow these dusty trails, but they're going to have to follow one more dusty trail with a -7.5 going to the Colts. Guess where the dusty trail leads? Oh, Shador! Let me put the 2 watches up for you. Let me tell you what time it is, baby. Because this is about the draft picks in this game. It's the New York Giants. And I'm telling you now, they are leading. They are 2 wins. That means they are #1 position in the draft lottery. And now you got to play the Eagles after this. Man, let me tell you, just put your cigars and your slippers on and your smoking robe on in this game, because that's what they're coming out with. The New York Giants does not have a chance and no how, no way. But if you want to see some mysterious things, it's a lock. That's right, it's a Drew lock that he's going to be under in the passing game. You can guarantee one little touch and Mr. Lock is broken. He's out there getting Master Lock cut in half. and they say don't bring no weapons to this game, but the Colts is wrong. They're carrying an AR-5 on their hip, riding it on the saddle. They about to shoot it all out and put your lights out. Well, Mr. AR-5, I hope you do stay alive and make it happen. So take the over for Mr. AR-5, because he's going to be shooting things up and scoring touchdowns and doing this thing. And by the way, take that running back from the Colts. Take him for the over while you're at it. This guy ran over 200 game yards. This guy's incredible, let me tell you. So without further ado, with a minus 7.5, you gotta look at yourself and say, I'm gonna stay alive. Take the Colts all day. Gives me jokes in the hallway, any which way. Just be shocking and thrilling, like you know you can be.
Big Blue has screwed up so much in the last year, they might actually win this game. No, that's not my pick.
Don't do that.
No, that's not my pick. No, I mean, look, this should, it should be a blowout, like every other Giants game is. They are just not trying to win. And like we were here before the show, like who's quarterback? DeVito or Drew Lock? Like these are your choices. They are clearly going for a quarterback. Oh, you need more? They're on a 10-game straight-up losing streak. This is the New York Giants, okay? I don't know when this has happened before. They are on a historical run in terms of losing games, and they're probably going to be on a 12-game losing streak by the end of the season would be my prediction. To the number, they are 1-9 against the spread in those last. So they are not even competing. They are not competing. They can't even cover, and so... Yeah, 7.5 points, like, I'm with you. So I said money lines. I'm going to Colts money line on this. But the Colts is actually one of 3 teaser picks I'm also going to put on my card and mix and match these guys. You take Colts down from 7.5 down to 1.5 because there is no shot. I mean, look. Maybe the Giants make it interesting. Maybe they make it a 6-point game or a field goal game. I seriously doubt it.
Get out of
here. But there is no shot. I mean, they're 1-9 against the spread in the last 10. They are just lay down, Big Blue. Just lay down like you're supposed to, and all will be well. But I'm gonna run this 1.5 Colts minus 1.5 teaser with some others, man. Just absolutely love that team shot. There's no shot.
It's a no-brainer. If you want to be number one, I know you're watching us, you New York Giants. I know we're in your locker room. Please lose the game. You understand? We want all the talent in the NFL East. We want it all. But in our next pick,
you're not gonna come out and play for Johnny. I be the starting quarterback. They don't need Shador Sanders. I'm a win.
Look, let me tell you, he gonna be playing in Siberia with that attitude.
Not so much.
But in our next pick, it is all lined and paved with gold, the story was told. I tell you now, the rhymes I say, you must behold, because the tricker of the tricker is in the building, and it's Mr. TV, and I mean it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with the minus 8.5, sitting at home, and they just got their behind beat. They upset. They looking like, oh my God, how did we lose to Dallas? Yeah, we won't forget. You understand? You cost me a whole lot of money on that pick at minus 3.5. How could you? I thought you had it. Okay? But it ain't up to me. It's up to the next team to make sure that you don't even meet this goal. It's the NCP. Who's that? It's the North Carolina Panthers. Coming on in, flying on into a place where they know they can take a vacation and bring their whole family down and pick on palm trees, eat coconuts. With a minus 8.5, they looking against. They ain't got nothing else but time. And just for time, they can keep losing like the way that they are losing. They just won a game. That don't count, okay? Because Be Young is going to be old in this game. Take the over because he's going to throw like an old head. He's going to be there trying to do what he can do. 40 over in passing yards because I do believe Tampa Bay will have an issue with covering this phenomenal, I don't know, unexpected passing game that they came up with. But behold and Lord behold, it's the Tampa Bay, and you know who I'm going to say. It's Baker, Mr. Touchdown Maker. Throws so high, he should be in Jamaica. Well, you're going to go ahead and take Mr. Hot Arm and understand that he's wearing right guard on his underarm, so it ain't no sweat. For the over in the passing yard for Mr. Baker, Touchdown Maker. But as for the minus 8.5 to stay alive and it's sitting at home, I've seen this upside down, you're turning me ding. It got me a little chilly. I'm in the Gulf swimming with the other sharks and it's kind of warm out here. And I don't see no way you're going to have anybody jumping over ship so I can eat. So in that case, I'm going to take the plus 8.5 for the North Kakalaka Panthers with B Young, who's going to be old, you're still going to lose the game. You're still going to lose the game. But take the Panthers for the cover, because I ain't fooled by this. You go up, you go down. Then I don't think you're going back up. You're going down again. B, who you get?
Jordy, you been in the airlock again like...
Oh, you got the Jordy LaForge?
One factor 5, my brother. Here we go on this teaser play. Listen, man, this spot is kind of crazy. We did not expect the Buccaneers to lose to the Dallas Cowboys last week.
No,
we chalked that one up as a win. It did not happen. All of a sudden, the Cowboys are on a march to mediocrity again and go ahead and unseat the Buccaneers last week in a tough game if you're a Bucs fan. Bucs needed that game. Now all of a sudden they're in a tie with Atlanta having the tiebreaker. We're going to talk about that Falcon game on Sunday night. But here's the deal, man. The Bucs got to win this game. They are no longer in charge of the division.
That's right.
All right? They got to win and put the pressure on Atlanta, who's going to be on the road against the Commanders. But the first thing they got to do is take care of business now. And they're just coming off a tough loss last week. So this is a bounce-back game for the Buccaneers. On the other side, you got the Panthers. They finally get one. Took them overtime, but they finally get one. Everybody's feeling good and whatnot. And this is a little decompress. And remember, we are the Kakalaka Panthers. Once again, and Bryce Young is our quarterback. And they also need draft picks. They're going to try and win too many games, I don't think. Like, young and hungry team for sure. But do I think for 1 second that they are going to upset the Buccaneers? I do not. And so I promise you a teaser to go along with the Colts -1.5.
Okay.
At the Giants, I'm going to tease the Buccaneers down from 8.5 to 2.5. I don't see the Bucs losing this game. I don't see them losing back-to-back against Dallas and then the Panthers while they're in the hunt for a playoff berth and a division title. I just don't see it happening under Baker's watch. Oh, by the way, Baker Mayfield has played against all 32 teams in the NFL. There's only one team my man is undefeated against, 3-0 against the Carolina Panthers.
Okay.
All right, so I expect Baker Mayfield to keep that record nice and clean. Be 4-0 after this, so I'm going to take the Bucs on the money line as part of all my money line strings. But I'm also going to have them as the teaser play there with the Colts -1.5, Bucs -2.5.
Hey, like I said, no hard feelings. We all swim in the same pool of blood. Somebody's going to get their behind 8 up in this game right now. But as far as I see for the next pick, like I told you, it's paved in gold. Once again, it's going to look like, my goodness, porpoises can fly and got wings to come all the way mid-land. It's the Miami Dolphins with the -6.5 to stay alive. Swimming or flying on in down the pike or wherever they're coming into. They're Cleveland, and I mean the bang. Cleveland Browns, baddest team in the whole damn league. I mean, come on, from Winston to won't spin, it's just gonna have it make your head spin. We don't even know who's it. It's Mr. DTR. I mean, who's this guy? Sound like a germophobia. I don't know what's going on here. This is a clown game with a -6.5, and I'm gonna tell you about the number. Mr. Tua, how do you do it? Loves to perform with a -6.5. Unless the weather is above over 40 degrees. He's good over 40. If it drops below 40, I don't know, Flipper going to be ice skating.
It's at 38, 39. I'm just looking at it.
Oh, God. Okay, so let's go ahead. I got the ball to put it on the wall. Take the Dolphins, and I mean Tua, with the over in the passing yards. I'm brave like that. Braveheart never got paid for everything he did in life, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to put down. And then on the other mix, Mr. DTR, you're going to have the worst passing day of your life. And I mean, beat me up, Scotty, ain't got nothing on it. No one's going to control your body when they electrify your behind with that defense. Mr. DTR, take the under in the passing yards. You don't know what's going on in the league. You don't even have the speeds up to par, so you're going to be kind of scared. This is easy money. But if you're looking at me in my face saying, who's going to cover the -6.5? Well, you know it ain't. Dang sure ain't Cleveland, because Cleveland's leaving. This is a draft pick moment for Cleveland. Yes, I said it. The fix is in. Cleveland, don't put that other guy on in, Mr. Winston. Leave him on the bench, ice cold. Stick it out with this guy and take the loss and let everything you know behold. You might get Travis Hunter. Okay, you might win up, right? It can all happen for you. But by no means should you ever breathe Cleveland's name in any type of victory. Take the -6.5 with the Miami Dolphins that got wings that flew on down the Ohio River. okay? And they're going to give you much more. Pain to deliver. B, who you got?
Cleveland needs a quarterback. They need a quarterback just as bad as the Giants do.
Yes.
So, and by the way, Cleveland not trying to win.
No.
Look, as bad as Jameis can be, Jameis has some upside, but Jameis is like a 50-50, man. That's just like a coin flip. You don't know what you're going to get. Makes a lot of fun. He could light it up 5 touchdowns, could be 5 interceptions. You just don't know what you're going to get. But you do know what you're going to get with Dorian Thompson-Robinson, and that is a big L. You're going to get DTR equals L. That's some algebra for you. That's just some complicated math. I'm not going to explain all the formulas and how it all works, but just remember this equation. DTR equals L. All right? And then you can work it all out. But this is at Miami. This is a money line for Flipper. For Flipper and the boys, Mike McDaniel and the boys, this is a money line play. And I know Tua hasn't been great in the cold. It's actually going to be fairly temperate for Cleveland out there. It's going to be above freezing, probably a little wind, little rain. It's going to be a sloppy game. I don't know how I feel about the 6.5 points, man. And, I don't know what the math is or what it all comes down to for the Dolphins. They're 7-8 right now. They're obviously out of their division race, so a whole host of things has to happen for them to be able to make it. But if there's a mathematical chance, you got to go and handle your business and win this game on the road. Conversely, you got a Browns organization. They're going to roll Deshaun Watson back out there. They're not doing that. That fan base was like, you deserve it, man. They have to make a decision. They can't do it with Jameis. They can't do it with DTR. This move to put DTR in just it tells you all you need to know. We're going to put on a show. We're going to go out there and act like we're trying to win. And then we're going to lose. And the game over. Miami money line.
There you go. We ain't going to pull no punches. If someone's out over there wearing them Cleveland garb, tell them to take it off and just hopefully they'll respectfully lose the right way. But in our next pick, let's just not say anything about hate in this one, because we're going to spread the love in this one. GB, are you with me? Oh no, it's going down because it's the minus 1.5 that's going to the Green Bay Packers. That ain't no actors, 34-0. They is impacting, shellacking, and hitting you up like what's happening. And they flying on into the who? Many men. Oh, 50 Cent's favorite team. The guy who wrote the song about the team. It's the many men of Minneapolis. It's the Minnesota Vikings. And they're out there just licking their teeth because they're spotted. Plus 1.5 sitting at home. Well, let me tell you about that darn Darnoldson. Oh, Mr. Darnold, you lighten it up. I must say, unexpectedly, you come on later. I understand. So first half ain't your thing. I understand. That third quarter, you starting to come alive. So Mr. Donaldson, I'm going to take the over in the passing yards for you, because the many men of Minneapolis will be bigger than anything else that you could ever see in your whole life. But if love's going to get you there, oh, Mr. Love Jordan, you looking very good. Mr. JL, if you don't mind. Okay, you look very good with that 34-0. Your passing accuracy needs a little bit of work, but you're laying it on out on the line. 34-0, I like it, sublime. But in this game, it's going to take the under for Mr. Love, because there's going to be a whole lot of hate in the building. Ain't no way you going to come out here and try to Minnesota and everybody skull ain't catching feelings. They going to put you out and keep you on ice, because you can't win back-to-back on the road. Green Bay, you ain't that team. You got to lose this one. Sorry for everything else, but take the many men of Minneapolis, many men, Minnesota, that I say it again. All day, every day, who you got, B?
5 quarterbacks to win 13 games. The first year with the team. You ready for them?
Ready.
We got Dak Prescott, 2016 with the Cowboys. Peyton Manning, 2012. Steve McNair, 2006. Ben Roethlisberger, 2004. And Sam Darnold. Sam Darnoldson, 2024 with the Vikings. The thing that all 4 of those previous quarterbacks share is that same year they lost all in the divisional round of the playoffs. So not a great omen for Sam Darnold. But listen, man, this game I've been back and forth because this is of all the money line picks, this is probably one that I feel like least like, ooh, I could see this definitely going either way. Because at the start, I'm looking at Green Bay getting a point. Earlier in the week, Green Bay's getting a point. I'm like, oh, that's getting teased up. That's getting teased up.
All day.
And, you know, so much money came in this week on the Packers that moved the line the other direction. And now you've got here the Minnesota Minimen sitting at a point and getting a point and a half at home. Now officially home underdogs. So, listen, man, some people that know something. Put in a lot of money on the Pack. Maybe it's because the Pack have covered 5 straight. Maybe it's because they've also scored 30 or more points in every one of those games, T-Shark. Like the Pack is finally rolling. They got a run game. They got a pass game. Their defense is doing all right. And here you got the Vikings with a lot of pressure sitting at home. But, so I'm going to tease this line up from a point and a half. I felt like either way, I feel like, all right, if Green Bay was getting a point, like I teased them up to 7.5, great. But now that Minnesota's getting a point, I'm going the other way. I'm teasing Minnesota up to 7.5 points. 7.5 points, home underdog on the teaser. Because I feel like this is a one-score game. This is not. And Jordan Love is going to see a lot of pressure out of the Minnesota defense. It's not going to be so easy to eat there in Minnesota. You have crowd noise. You have a lot of factors in there. And, I just see them keeping this a one-score game. So, but that said, gun to my head right now, the way the Packers have been playing and everything, I'm going with the upset special in the money line. I'm going with the Vikings to take this one. At home, underdogs, at home. They're going to win this game. But my big play is going to be the 7.5. Get 7.5 with Minnesota.
Well. Before we even go there, the win is on. But in the next one, my goodness, it's not to the break of dawn. It might just break dawn. It's Sunday Night Football. And when I say the whipping and the cherries and all the whipped creams on top, it's there on this game. Because however this game comes to you, it's going to come to you with cold, hard facts. Let's chill. Because it's the Washington Commanders sitting at home with a minus 4.5 on this Sunday. Can you believe the Commanders are on Sunday? It's only because they beat the Eagles. They start us out. Okay? Now you want to give them prime time. Oh, it just falls all in line. We see the setup, Vegas. With that minus 4.5, guess who's flying on into the Washington Commanders? Oh, it's the leading ATL Bandits from my last check of perspective. All they need to do is come on here and give us a good show, huh? No, they got to win. And with the winning attitude, I don't think it's there. Because once you take out the former quarterback and sit it behind on down, and then you want to play dice with a new pair of dice, it's not going to end right for you number 7s and 11s because it's ugly. But in that case, take Mr. J.D. Daniels for the over in the passing yards. He's already proved that against the number 1 defense, he can throw that rock. Well, guess what? He's going to obliterate and abominate the ATL Bandits with no mask on and straight rob them of all those yards. While we at it, it's Mr. MP. And Mr. MP, yeah, this ain't the Army, buddy. You ain't coming to get me, okay? You're going to pass for the under, and that's what I'm calling you, Mr. MP under in the passing yards. Don't even need to know your name, just know your initials, and you don't carry the law, because they gonna dance or bury your behind. So go ahead on Sunday night without no delight or fright. A minus 4.5. Wait, wait a minute. Oh, my back hurt. Oh, when I get the spasm like this, I have to think about myself.
Stop the show!
Oh, the spasm says, it's a dead now. Wow. What I'm telling you now, this is a guarantee. Let me put it to you like this. 4.5 is a number that at home with an above average team against some sloppy second scrap of a chance team coming on in, all they want to see is high beams. No! It's gonna happen. So the 10th down wild bet, take the Commanders. Washington Commanders. Stacey Boston on the line. Roll them all the dang time. Be who you get.
Full disclosure, didn't work out last week. That was the first time all season the 10th down wild did not hit. So
Detroit, I got my money back.
I tell you, and I don't like to play against these. I don't like to play against these 10th down wild T-Shark, but I'm gonna make a case. Here. Well, let's just talk about this.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about
this.
I'm
set it up.
You got the home favorite, Washington Commanders, who have now won 3 games by the skin of their teeth, man. Just like pure luck.
Pure luck.
Pure luck, man. And look, they put Jalen Hurts out 6 minutes into that game. They turned the ball over 5 times and 5 turnovers that game. And still got diced up by Kenny Pickett and those guys for a whole game. The Eagles put up almost 30 points on these guys, all right? They had to win a Hail Mary against the Bears. And there's all this stuff. So, I get it, that they're in the playoff wild card seat and everybody's excited about Jaden Daniels and all the upside. But let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted here, Jordy. The Commanders got a lot of work to do. This is not like an operation that you can really count on all the time, all right? So let me lay that out there for the home favorites. Now, on the other side, and here we are, and I said this in the beginning, you go back, first and second show, even when it wasn't going well early in the season, I said to you, I believe that the Falcons have upgraded enough. They have upgraded their defense. And they got a little more experience with Bijan Robinson and things like that. And I believe that the Atlanta Falcons were playoff bound this year. And all of a sudden, with 2 games left in the year, and they got a cupcake in the Carolina Panthers on their schedule for Week 17, these Atlanta Falcons do. They are in first place. They're 8-7. They are tied with the Buccaneers, but they got the tiebreaker on these Bucs. So they know right now, we go into Washington and win this game with Michael Penix Jr. We're looking for your favorite cousin. Kurt, where you at? Where you at? This is great. No Kirk Cousins. This is all Michael Penix. And everybody said at the beginning of the year, why did you draft a quarterback? You just brought in Kirk Cousins. Well, now you're going to find out why they draft a quarterback who's been getting these reps in, practicing, and on the come up here. Now, this is a 4.5-point game. But I'm telling you, as an organization, things are feeling pretty good. They're in first place with 2 games left. It's business time.
Indeed.
This is a business trip to D.C. to take on a team that was just literally last week had the emotional high, ripping the goalposts down in Philadelphia. We won! We beat the Eagles! Had that emotional high going on, man. This is not a great spot for the Washington Commanders coming off that big game. And the Atlanta Falcons, the Buccaneers are probably going to win that game against the Panthers in early. And I'm telling you, the Falcons are going to need this game. They are going to throw everything they have at this game. So I am willing to go for it and say this is the upset special. I'm sorry. I'm going to take the 10,000 myself. I'm going to take it on the money line. And I'm going to turn it into 30,000 on the money line. Right there, because I feel like this is set up for an upset. I don't like the spot for the Commanders. I love the spot for the Falcons, despite being an underdogs. Going with a rookie quarterback. I'm willing to chance that. It's my 7th money line and the biggest upset special tonight.
I swear by the minus 4.5, and I will not part from it. So that's what is going there. But in our next pick,
buckle up.
It's the creme de la creme, M&M. Monday Night Football is at its premium and at its finest. It's full of woulda, couldas, and shoulda been to where we going to be and where we're going. That's what they're going to be facing. It's the Detroit Hakuna Matata Lions with the minus 3.5. And I mean, there go golf. And he's going to be golfing a whole lot in this game because it's the San Francisco Les. And I mean, my goodness, whoa, what a mess it could possibly be. They're getting spotted a plus 3.5. This is crazy because Mr. Purdy, you're out of it. You're eliminated from the playoffs. So once again, we have a playoff team that is dominant. That's going to come into your town, down the street from Candlestick, and it never rains in Southern California, does it? Okay? I'm telling you now, there's going to be a whole lot of rain this time around, and there ain't no switching it. Mr. Purdy taking for the under in the passing yards against the Detroit Hakuna Matata Lions because there ain't no worries for them to just stop this guy's passing game. But in the forward department, you can take Mr. Jared Goff related to every golfer in the whole world for the over in the yards in this department, and he ain't even got to go 18 holes to get over 300 yards. Okay? It's like putting to him, and it's going to be over for anybody. San Fran, put your lights out. Dead in the set. You only got one more game, and that ain't even a threat. Listen, you better get it right in the picture of the draft. Let's just get this straight. You need a quarterback, or you need another running back because McCaffrey done broke both his ankles. He getting old. So go ahead and switch up something. for the only winning 6 wins this season. So that's right. So take the Detroit Lions. I love you all the way. Don't worry about anything. I'll have the Hokies on the next trip. Everything's coming from Philly any which way. B, who you got?
Yeah, this line made me scratch my head, man. 3.5 points. You know me, I'm all the time. I'm like, give me that 3.5. Give me that extra half point on the 3-point cover. Love getting that most of the time. But man, like on one hand, you got the Detroit Lions out there with a couple losses, going for that number 1 seed, and there are a couple of teams between the Vikings and the Eagles lost some ground there, but you still got the Vikings that are going to be pressing. The Vikings beat the Pack. That's going to be a real message. That's going to be a real message, right? But the Lions, they have no chill. Dan Campbell has no chill. It don't matter if he's up 3 points. It don't matter if he's up 17 points, 26 points. It don't matter. This man is foot on the gas.
That's what he's doing.
Foot on the gas with this Detroit Lion team. They just beat the Bears last week, but they saw that loss to the Bills. I feel like that taste is still in their mouth.
It is.
And this is, like it or not, this is a conference game, so it means a lot. It comes down to tiebreakers, conference records, super important.
Yes.
These boys are going to be ready to go. Right. On the other side of this team, you got 4 teams in the NFC West division, and literally it's not even a tie for last. Sole possession of last place belongs to the San Francisco, nailing it in. We got 2 weeks left of the season. 49ers, and these guys feel it, man. It's had a nice little Christmas holiday. They were in the film room. They're out singing Christmas carols all week, man, because they got nothing to do in a couple of weeks except sit around, eat some bonbons and ho-hos and watch a little football, man, because this season is coming to a screeching halt. It's 6 wins and 9 losses right now. It's going to be 6 wins and 10 losses after they take an L. This is a Detroit Iron Lion on the money line. This is a Detroit Lion money line play. And man, if I were going to play the number on this, I'd absolutely take the Lions to cover this 3.5 points. I mean, how is it that you got the top team in the NFC only getting 3.5? I mean, I get it. It's on the road. But quick little geography lesson before we go. This is not a Southern California. San Fran in Northern California.
That's where they at?
And they had some wild weather in that city, man. I've been to that city a zillion times. Had office in that city, man. It's crazy. It'd be like 38 and foggy in the morning. Next thing you know, it's like 75 in the day and sunny. It's like that almost every day there. So you've got crazy weather going on in San Fran. But that being said, man, I don't expect anything short of Dan Campbell-led. Going about 4 goals from Jameer Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown and all these guys will be out there doing their thing on these 49ers, put them in the ground where they belong.
It ain't easy to be who we are, but we are in the position where we need to be. And that's right in front of you for all to see. But you better watch the Sharkmoney show, like and share this show with everybody you know.
Link up them money lines and those teasers this week. I'm feeling good.
That's right. It's a whole lot of money. Yeah. And I can fly the ship, Captain.
Yeah, you buy the Enterprise after this.
All right. I can see through the wall. Well, with these things, Jordan LaForge is on my face. But that's just to let you know that the money keeps calling and it keeps on falling. So the goal's got to be on the baby New Year. Yes, y'all. So until next week, week 18, oh my gosh, could it be somewhere where we should be in the frozen tundra or in Miami Beach watching Miami going into the playoffs? It might be one or the other, but I'll take the heat, my brother. Any which way, until next week, we're going to make us switch our peak and go to sleep. It's the show.